right. Okay. So we're with Cody Parker here right now. What's up, Cody?
What's up? What's up?
I've been meaning to get this interview done with you for what, like
It's
months,
been a while.
dude, months.
Yeah.
But you've been busy. That's
Mhm.
like, you've been busy. I've been busy. You've been busy. But we're here now. Cody, you didn't know this, but earlier when we were talking about it, you are the highest revenue producing student of the six-figure mentorship program.
That's crazy.
So
That's exciting.
you have produced the most revenue of all students in the fastest time since starting the program in January, which is epic. And so obviously that calls for an interview to talk about how did he do it, right? What everyone wants to know. So I'm going to ask Cody a couple questions, if that's all right with you, Cody, and just kind of chit chat a little bit to kind of figure out what's the secret sauce and how the program went for you, man, and just everything you got out and all that stuff. So like, can you just say how many clients or contracts have you been able to sign like since joining the program?
The ballpark estimate honestly probably in like the mid 30s as far as contracts and clients go.
It's awesome.
Yeah, mid 30s. Yeah,
it's big. It's a good number.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
And your revenue, like the way your revenue matches up is because those clients are so like needy. Like you've gotten volume clients too, right? Like one of your clients they're working on like a huge construction project and they're in need of like a lot of people. So
definitely. Yeah. We actually we don't target really like single placements. My company, we target multiple placements. We try to do at least like 5 or more placements for whoever we work with. So
solid. Yeah, that's like a super pro tip from an actual pro. Targeting like 5 roles or more to the point where you can like walk in and walk out with, let's just say at the low end you're doing a $5,000 placement, you walk out with 25K instead of just 5K.
Yeah.
Like, so pretty standard, simple. Here's the question everyone always wants to know, Cody. What kind of revenue have you made? I guess so, ballpark, right? You don't have to give us exact numbers or anything. Ballpark, what kind of revenue have you made? And like, what's the pipeline look like, going towards the end of the year?
Definitely. I'm an open book. I've been so busy that I haven't been able to look at exactly, but we're in like the mid six figures now. Projected earnings, we have a couple of big contracts that are about to come to light. We'll definitely make over 7 figures rather.
You'll cross over 7 figures.
Cross over 7 figures, yeah.
By the end of the year.
By the end of the year, yeah. By 2022, we'll be at 7 figures.
Stellar. It's crazy.
It's crazy to say actually for me.
Well, yeah, it's always crazy to say. But you worked for it, like you put together a team, right? That was one factor, and I know you have a really good, business development person. You work on business development, you have somebody working on candidate development, the whole thing. So you basically kind of got maybe halfway there, end of year, you're going to cross over that 7-figure mark.
Yep.
It's awesome. Yeah. So Cody is indeed the highest producing student in revenue. I guess in probably contracts too. I think, off the top of my head of the 6-figure recruiter program. And and Cody, I don't think you're too shy. You're 23 years old.
23. I just turned 23 a couple weeks ago.
Happy belated.
Thank you.
That's right. Yeah, you celebrated. You told me it was you and your dad's birthday.
Same day. Yeah, weird.
Well, happy belated to you and Cody's dad, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Well, wow. So like $500,000-ish, and then you're over 7 figures end of the year, but you've worked for like every penny of it. That's the crazy part. So it probably doesn't feel super weird, because it just kind of stacks up.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's been a lot of work for sure, but I mean, it's definitely more rewarding. I think coming from, I've done quite a few different jobs in the past. Some where I've had to work a lot and, extra hours. And I've talked to you about that, doing, like labor work, electrical work, stuff like that, for not nearly the same amount of money,
Right.
So, I think, it's just kind of built in me to work, in a sense. But this just allows me to work as hard as I want and make as much money as I want as well. So,
Yeah, that was, you touched on something I was going to ask you about, how did you get into this? Like, what did you like? Did you start from scratch? Like you mentioned working jobs and stuff before, like 9 to 5s. Everybody kind of starts with a 9 to 5, but like, what does that look like for you? Worked several jobs, but you started this from scratch.
yeah, started this from scratch. Never had any recruitment experience. I was interested in it at one point in the past. When my stepmom, she's the director of surgery at the surgical center she works at. A lot of times when she was switching jobs, she would get hit up by recruiters. And one time I asked her, I'm like, what is, I didn't know what recruitment was at all. And she kind of explained it to me a little bit, as much as she knew, because she wasn't a recruiter herself. So it always kind of piqued my interest. But I've always worked 9 to 5s. And then I came across Ben's videos on YouTube. And that's where my interest just shot up into the skies. And I watched pretty much all of them. I think, honestly, from the beginning, I actually did watch all of them
I think
over
I remember you telling me that.
over
Yeah.
a couple of weeks. I think it took me, but it was, yeah, I watched all of them. And then just kind of by chance, almost, I came across the mentorship program, and I immediately knew that I had to do it. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I got into it. Never had any experience, and that's honestly where I learned from.
Thank you, man. Well, I can't thank anyone enough who's watched every single one of my videos, because there's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I guess if there's, I mean, we kind of, touched on your revenue, and obviously you're a high performer. Like, is there anything specific, I guess, about the program, or like something unique about, what it taught you that got you to ultimately kind of your goals, which you're gonna cross $1 million by the end of the year, and you started from scratch, man. Like, it's pretty wild. What in the program kind of, like, I guess, maybe most stuck out or pushed you to, like, kind of be able to hit that goal?
I mean, there was a lot. I think one of the main things was kind of the calls that we had with everybody. That was a big help, because everybody, even when I wasn't asking questions or talking to other people about it, some other people were asking questions that maybe I hadn't even thought of, but I needed to know the answer to. So things like that, to where there's a community behind you helping you, everybody helps each other. That's pretty powerful. And if you combine that with a great work ethic, you can really hit any revenue points you want, or contracts you want, whatever. So I think that was pretty powerful. It's just been a huge learning experience for me. And I still learn every day. There's things I learn every day that I had no idea about the day before,
Yeah,
within the group, within even talking to some of my clients too. But I think definitely the calls, just getting the questions answered.
totally. Yeah, one of the biggest things that people do say is the group Zoom sessions, Tuesday and Thursday, right? When everyone's there. If you're not asking the question, somebody else has the question, and it kind of comes full circle. So you have ways to go beyond you, because, I think we were talking earlier, what, last week you went 100% on 4 contracts signed in one day.
Yeah, we got four contracts signed in one day. which was incredible. You know, that
Slightly
doesn't,
unheard of.
yeah, put that out there. That's not something that happens to me every day.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't just wake up and, you know, get 4 signed contracts right off the bat.
Right.
It definitely takes work, but yeah, that was something that was incredible. Sometimes you do have those days where just everything starts clicking. And yeah, it's been great. It's been awesome.
It's been a ride. Yeah, for sure, man. Um, I think we covered it all, bro. I think, you joined the program first of the year in January. You basically just you drove all the way to about half a mil, and you're gonna hit the next half a mil in the next 5 months here, and cross over 7 based on the projected pipeline you have, which is epic. So I guess, is there any parting words or last wisdom you would give to somebody from a guy like you that's just an absolute pro?
I mean, it's just hard work. That's all it is. I mean, you can choose to stay in your 9 to 5, work for somebody else for, you know, pennies on the dollar that they're making, or you could choose to do the work yourself, and kind of create your own revenue, your own income, however high you want to. I mean, the sky's the limit, according to, it's all just according on how hard you want to work. And definitely put in whatever you learn from the mentorship program from Ben. Make sure you use that as well with everything. And you know, just work hard and keep your head down and keep going.
That's right. There's no shortcuts.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep, there are not. No.
No shortcuts. Yeah. Well, I love it, man. I really appreciate you taking the time, and just kind of have us get a window into your performance and like your experience in the program and what you're doing, what you're up to. I definitely assume we'll be doing an interview close to the end of the year, to talk about your 7 figures and talk about what's next, and everything. But I definitely appreciate the time put into this for sure. So
Definitely.
thank you,
Yeah.
bro.
Of course. Definitely.
All right. We'll talk soon, man.
All right.